105. That's how many Burger King restaurants a company called Cave Enterprises operates in Wisconsin.
Out of the 105 Burger King's violations were found at nearly all of them. I think it was at 103.
1,656 violations to be exact. That's after a large-scale 2-year audit carried out by the Department of Workforce Development. The department's secretary, Amy Pahacek.
We do routine audits, but this particular employer was on our radar due to 33 prior violations in the years spanning right before we did this comprehensive audit.
These are just a few of the laws in Wisconsin relating to child labor. One of the biggest is that 14 and 15-year-olds are required to have a permit in order to work, including in restaurants. Another law limits the amount of working hours for those under the age of 16 years old, and one mandates that all minor workers get a 30-minute break when working a shift of 6 hours or more. All of these laws and more were violated by Cave Enterprises, according to the Department of Workforce Development. Experts say that these laws are in place for a reason.
It's all about protecting the child, right? Making sure that they're not being overworked, making sure that they're not being harmed unnecessarily, and making sure that the companies who hire these children are complying with the law to better protect the kids.
We want our kids to have a positive experience working. We want them to stay in Wisconsin. We don't want them to be taken advantage of. We want them to be safe, and we want them to still be kids.
Pahacek adds that the department has had frequent interactions with Cave Enterprises and that the employer is well aware of the rules. Kurt Gary, who is not the attorney for Cave Enterprises, but who does represent employers and companies in employment law issues, says alleged reoccurring violations is a bad look.
It's a big problem for the employer because, a judge and a jury is going to look at that. If it ever makes it that far, they're going to look at that, and that's going to be something that the employer is going to have to overcome and persuade that jury that for whatever reason they weren't able to fix those problems.
The Burger King employer does have the ability to avoid this problem making it to court, however. The Department of Workforce Development says it has 20 days to repay wages and fines and become compliant with the law. After that, it will head to court. In Green Bay, Marlo Lundak, Fox 11 News.